Hello, we are Aziz,
and Zafar
a doctorate student at Tashkent Chemical Technological Institute.
and University of Cantabria under Catalonia Agreement.
Today we are talking about the climate change and its effect on Uzbekistan.
Since the beginning of Industrial Revolution, human activities have raised atmospheric concentration of CO2 by about 50%.
Global temperature rose by 1 degree Celsius since the beginning of last century as a result of climate change.
The years 2016 and 2020 are tied for the warmest year on record.
Another natural disaster, now we are facing our warming ocean, shrinking ice sheets, decreased snow cover, sea level rise, extreme events, ocean acidification, and many more.
The change is driven largely by increased carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere and other human activities.
Uzbekistan has also begun suffering from the climate change.
For example, rainfall in Uzbekistan in March this year reached nearly its historical record, increasing to 140% of average expectations.
Dust storm in 2021, 150-year record temperature in July 2021, a windstorm in 2020, extraordinary heat waves in summer, and snowless winters are all of what we are facing in recent years.
In terms of causes for climate change, carbon dioxide is the main contributor, accounting for about 76% of all greenhouse gases.
While natural causes like forest fire, respiration, volcanic activities exist for millions of years, human-related CO2 emissions, especially the burning of fossil fuels, lead to the increase of global atmospheric temperature.
The energy and industrial sectors are responsible for more than half of the global CO2 emission, dependent on mainly fossil fuels.
According to our worldindata.org, Uzbekistan stands at 38th among global CO2 emitting countries with more than 100 million tons of CO2 emission per year.
There are three options in the mitigation of climate change by 2050.
The first option, to stop burning fossil fuels and completely switch to renewables.
The second option is to continue the use of fossil fuels and completely embrace CO2 capture, storage, and utilization.
The third option is to continue the use of fossil fuels and switch to renewables step by step with combination of CO2 capture, storage, and utilization.
Reaching zero carbon emissions by 2050 requires rapid actions in both CO2 emission reductions from the large pointing emitting source, applying carbon capture, storage, and utilization, and switching to sustainable energy system step by step.
CO2 capture, storage, and utilization is to capture the emitted CO2 from its point source and remove it by injecting deep underground or reuse it by making carbon cycle.
Since there are challenges and technological barriers in both options, we need to apply both carbon capture, storage, and utilization to the large CO2 releasing sectors like power plants, cement plants, and steel industry while moving towards sustainable energy.
Otherwise, we need to continue to come across hundreds of thousands of direct and indirect effects from climate change with an infinite number of problems. Therefore, protect the environment and leave better place for future generations.